Now. Oh God, I pushed the wrong thing again. What is with me in that top button? All right. How's everyone feeling? Mugwort. I'll roll it up. Put it on my charcoal. Oh, if you've never burned mugwort leaves on charcoal, especially the ones that, hey, lovely, when you pick the mugwort. So when I pick my mugwort, you know how I have the ring sitting on the back? And this is what's so nice about these type of carriers. You have a lid. And then you let it smoke out, and you're done, you put the lid on it. So that's what I like about it. But when you burn that mugwort that you harvest, it's really a nice thing. And sometimes when your mind feels heavy, or you just feel kind of like, woo, loop-de-ville, you need to get some cedar, sage, or get some mugwort and put that on there. And then tobacco is really good too, but use the sacred tobacco that doesn't have um, all of those chemicals on it. So when they have the ones with the chemicals on it, you don't want to be using that. So, like I said, back in the day when after I completed my Sundance, I think one of the grandmothers or the grandpas gave me some seeds to grow my own tobacco. So you can grow your own and use it for your medicine. But I like taking that mugwort and then putting some lavender crushed up. Now that's woman medicine. When you put that lavender on there, that's calming. That's going to bring in that calming essence. But this is the time we're getting closer to that dark moon, that black moon. Now, last night after I went to bed, I was seeing a black pyramid. And I saw pictures of it earlier on something I was watching, and they were talking about these hidden black pyramids. And I said, oh, yeah, they've been around. They're ancient ones. Those are the first ones. And it just came right out of my mouth. And so ever since I said that, I've been getting these pictures of black pyramids. So I have something very special for all of you tomorrow. I have to finish letting the medicine come down so I can go into that. Neheka sutori nakare sutmerai. Narete dosunetia sata krisitia. O costoria na area resi. Me ekara suturu. Me hasata rarite nelista. Mereka sututi. Harasa esigita. Yeah, so those of you that received that light code, there you go. Yeah. I'm loving it. I was in a different world last night, before I went to sleep. I was reading things and I was doing some research, and then I had to go and get my oil book out, my oil recipe book. And then I said, well, wait, I want to make a black moon oil I want to make a priestess one. And then I want to make there was another, a purification oil and a Sacred Heart oil. I wanted to make those two. Yeah. So the Sacred Heart oil is rose and lemon and heliotrope. And then purification oil is going to be frankincense and myrrh. So when it comes to making oils, I like to just make it the way it calls to me. How many drops I want to put in of something, how many I want to put of that. Hip tip oil is going to be myrrh and allspice and cinnamon. So I'm going to make some of that too. So I'm just like, ooh, feeling, oh, creative. So let's step into some medicine today. So before we bring up today's kin, hold on. I want to give a shout out to a Be So Light member who actually hit me up with a really good question yesterday and says, well, when we're done with our salt and we're going to go ahead and get rid of it, do we go ahead and get rid of the crystals? And I said, oh my God, that's a good idea. I said, no, you don't have to get rid of your crystals. Lay your crystals on, you can lay your crystals down onto the ground and let Mother Earth absorb whatever is on the crystals, let the earth absorb it. Or you can take the crystals out before you dump everything and put them on a plate of selenite. Hence the word why I didn't put selenite in the bowl. Okay, so selenite is very powerful in cleansing and emptying out anything. If you don't have a plate of selenite, you should have some kind of little plate of selenite. You can get selenite so easy, like getting candy now. Okay, this is a little plate of selenite. Look at that light. Look at stop. Focus. Thank you. you can get these now like getting candy. And just have it and put your jewelry on and put your earrings on. Put things on it so it clears it, okay? So you can put your stones onto the selenite and it'll clear that. So that's a good thing to do. So yeah, you can definitely keep your stones. When you decide to feel into when is it time to fully change the bowl, use your pendulum. Say, is this full? Do I need to go ahead and start a new one? Remember, when you use your pendulum, you want to have your neck aligned. You want to have a nice fork. Everything is aligned. Everything goes forward. And when you hold the pendulum, only the eyes drop. Okay? Don't be doing all this because you're not going to get a true information. If your head is doing all this and turning around and it's dropped down like this, you just disrupt the line of connection when your head dropped just like this to get the correct answer. So those of you that are using pendulums and you're getting different answers all the time, check your alignment. Chin forward. Eyes only drop, not the head, because you break it as soon as you do that. Head up, chin, align, eyes drop. That's it. Don't be doing all this. Don't, because then the pendulum is saying, I have no idea what you want me to say, but okay, what was the last position of the head? Okay, you're going to get a false answer. And you'll get a false answer too if you're dehydrated and you didn't drink any water before using the pendulum. Okay? So if you're out somewhere and you can't get a hold of some water for yourself, you can always take your left hand, put it on your back where your kidneys are, and then ask a question. Okay? Now, if you don't have a pendulum, you are the pendulum. Put the bowl in front of your belly, in front of the belly button, and ask the question. Stand with both feet forward, head forward, check alignment. Everything is straight. Ask the question. If your forward is a yes, great. If no is your back, okay. My forward is a yes, my no is a back. So if it's time to change that bowl, it'll let you know. Now, crystals, when they are done, the rule of thumb of universe of the crystals, when the crystals are done with you, they're either going to break or they're going to disappear. That's just crystal. That's just a crystal world. Okay? They're either going to break or either going to disappear. If a crystal breaks, you take that crystal and then you go and put it into the earth or you give it to a river. Okay? That means that crystal is done with you. It has nothing more to do. It's over. A lot of people get upset when they get crystals like bracelets and rings and charms to wear and all of a sudden it breaks. It's because it's done. It did what it needed to do. It took a hit for you. Honor it and release it. Don't be trying to get it repaired because you spent so much money on it and now you're not ready to let it go. No, the crystal already told you, I'm done. I'm finished. Okay, let me go. Let me transmute everything that I just caught for you. Let me be. All right? So please honor that. So, yes, you can definitely use your crystals as long as they did not break, as long as they did not disappear on you, to let you know that they were done. Okay? Just to let you know. I have one and a bowl. Perfect. So the energy is revving up if you haven't felt it. Hold on a second. One of my wands is calling me. I heard it this morning when it was calling me, so now I gotta just kind of hold it. This might be wand. Yes. So the energy is revving up. It's getting stronger. And your time, trying to keep up with your time, it's just eluding you now. So I want you guys to think about something. You know how jobs and everything are just almost like just keep vanishing. Okay? It is a part of the great plan to get everyone to be jobless so that you have to fall in line with what they want you to do. So one of the things why we're doing this work, you need to be really focusing in on what is your sole purpose here. What did you come here to do? Is it to teach? Is it to write books? Is it to provide a healing modality that everybody can come and get healing work from you or some kind of medicine? This is what we're here to do. And not everything's going to be traded into money and using currency. There's going to be this bartering that's going to start happening. It's already taking place where we just start trading for what we have to offer. Your skills, your currency, your frequency, and your vibration of who you are and how you walk now is going to be how you live. It's how your currency is going to be flowing. That's really going to help take care of a lot of your needs. So really, I want you to dive into that. And with this moon coming up for starting for tomorrow and for its fullness of itself on Saturday, and I'm talking about the dark moon or the black moon, however you want to call it, but it's supposed to be called the black moon because it takes every 33 months for this to come around. And it's packing. So those of you that are paying attention right now, your homework assignment is to go look this up and get some knowledge on it so you can utilize it, okay? Because I'm sure the hell will be using it like nobody's business, okay? Yeah, I got something planned for that. Yeah, it's a very powerful moon, okay? Let's just take that one video I talked about, let's clean house. We're going to take that to the like 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 levels high. There you go. Okay, so let's step into it. I have not eaten yet. See, I'm already. Let's go here. Oh, why are you blue again? Am I doing something I don't know about it? Oh, see. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. All right. Okay, so today is Thursday. And we are in. Let me look at something. 38, 31, 31, 31. Hold on a second. Let me grab my book thing. For some reason, that feels like it's important. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. All right. I had to bring this in. Okay. So, let me see. So that is harmonic 38. And then we have the rune. Not the rune, the I Ching. Hold on, y'all. I want to check something. See if this is still in sync. Okay, let me see. Broken line, solid, solid. Solid line, 2 broken lines. Broken. Okay, so that is 30. Okay, 31st. Sounding your truth. Oh, okay. Okay, so the Jing key is activating that. All right, that's what that energy is. All right. So, Kin 150. Roll call, I'm here. Okay, Shay. Roll call. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. All right, so we are in Kim 150, White Resonant Dog. I channel in order to love, inspiring loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the resounding tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of spirit. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. The color is white. Way off. The planet is Mercury. The crown is the chakra. And the earth family is polar. Now, the tone. Okay, a line and 2 dots. All right. So, this is where we are for day 5. Guided by spirit. Okay. And because it has the 2 tones, we're going to go ahead and look at their tones. Okay, so it is Renaissance Tone 7, Channel Inspire Attunement. Okay, that's it. So now it says 7 has this unique symmetry related to the 1 and the 13, the alpha and the omega of the Mayan number harmonic. At the center of the pattern, 7 represents the magic by which the whole holds together. So we're talking about the power of 7 demonstrates the central mystical channel by the 7 energy centers known as chakras. Also the human spines, the base of root survival center, the crown. The 7 is the chambers of the 13-day spell cycle, and the vibration creates a Renaissance structure, which is felt and perceived on many levels. So this is that 7. So what is the channel? What is the inspiration? What is the attunement? Okay, what are the two? What are those? And everyone, thank you for putting likes on the video. They're doing a weird thing with my videos, like still trying to keep it down. And I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? You should be used to me by now, just showing up and just bulldozing over you and saying you're inorganic beings. I think they're just having identity crisis. I really do. Anyway, I digress. Here we go. We're going to talk about Harvest 117. Okay, so here's the room. I know. I try to behave myself. I do. I really try to be a very nice priestess, but I have no idea why sometimes maybe it's the dragon energy in me. Maybe I just feel like I just want to poke the bear, and maybe I just feel like I just do it because I can. Yeah, that's why. Don't you just like that? Sometimes you just say stuff just to say it because others, they're not going to say it, but I just say it. I figure like this. At this point of the game, I have nothing to lose. I don't have anything else to lose. So why not? Yeah. They made me do it. That's right. They made me this way. Yes, I'm Arthur on top of that tower fighting his uncle when his uncle is fighting him trying to get the sword back, and he says, "We're here right now because you're the one that put me in those brothels. You're the one that kept me there. We're here today right now because you're the one that made me." Tore his ass up. I loved it. Good movie. I love that movie. Okay, so the harvest for till season and 1 year. Okay, so this one is all about Jera, and it applies to the activity and endeavors in which you are committed to. What are you committed to? Now, in order to do this 10-day wave, you got to be committed to it. You can't jump into it and then say, oh, you're going to only do it so many days and then jump out of it because it's not, you're not feeling, you're the one creating your 10-day harmonic signature imprint in the ethers of the universe. So you have to be committed to what you are bringing into it. So remember the old story about the farmer who was so eager to assist his crops that he went out at night and tugged on the new shoots. There is no way to push the river equally. You cannot hasten the harvest. Be mindful that the patience is essential for the recognition of your own process, which in its season leads to the harvest of self. Okay? So, what is that energy really pertaining to? What is it? What are you harvesting? What is it bringing in for you? What do you want that to represent? The 1 year symbolizes a full cycle before the reaping, the harvest, or the deliverance. Ooh, listen to that. 1 year. Okay, let me back up. A span of time is usually involved, hence the key words, 1 year, symbolizing a full cycle before the reaping, the harvest, or the deliverance. Or the deliverance. Thank you so much for the love hearts. I love it. Okay, so let's look at the meaning. Everything is happening simultaneously within one vast radial matrix of intersecting time waves. Yes, I totally agree with that. Everything is happening simultaneously within one vast radial matrix of intersecting time waves. What are we intersecting? Let me tell you something, lovelies. when I was getting the visions of the Black Pyramid, I'm going to give you a little taste of what we're going to have tomorrow. So I'm laying in my bed. And you know, I'm a galactic priestess of the spiral light. And I said, well, this is a not a mind twister. Why not call in the Black Pyramid? Why don't I just go ahead and activate it? I'm sure I have access to it. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty damn sure I do have access to that ancient technology. You see what I'm doing? See how I said it? Okay, right there, because I said that, I constructed my signature key. All right? That when you speak your words and you activate them with a knowingness, it becomes a key. So I already activated a key. So here I am laying there. I call it in. I see it. And I said, there's many of you buried and covered up here on earth. Wow, look at you. I activated. And I found myself in the center of this beautiful, wait, of this beautiful glass-like obsidian pyramid that had a hum sound. And it was like walking through black liquid water. And I'm standing there in the center of it, and I'm looking up, and I see the point of it, and I see the signs, and I'm like, I said, oh, shucka now. What do I do? I'm like, I'm literally in it. I've got goosebumps on me just from telling you this. That's all I'm going to say right now. Yes. I came out, it was the weirdest thing. I knew I was in it because my body started doing this. I was vibrating, like my whole body was just like, I was like, I knew I had the codes to get into that. Da 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 da. And that's how you do it, my lovelies. You become your magic. This is why I love what I do. This is why I love my spiral light. This is why I'm here. I am not becoming a part of this. I'm here to break all of that crap and construct anew. Yes, I am. Well, there's a lot to do before you can have breakfast and lunch. Yeah, just step into the medicine of yourself. So this is going to be activating that 6 sublingual consciousness and the limbic force field, number 6, and hyperneutronic sublingual telepathic. Now, pay attention, because you should really be becoming more telepathic in yourself. You should be really being able to communicate with animals really easy, the birds, bees, dragonflies, butterflies. When you see them, you automatically just slip into your consciousness and say, hi, how are you? If you have your light language activated and stop being afraid to use it, speak your light language in your mind or either whisper talk it and watch how all of a sudden that butterfly just says, oh, are you speaking to me? Oh, let me come over and show my lovelessness to you. I felt your vibration. I felt your frequency. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow we're going to take a journey. We're going to have a good time tomorrow. But I have to wait because the rest of the codes are coming in. And you don't have but jump into something. You have to wait until you finish getting all the codes so that you can do what you need to do to present it. Now this gene key that represents this one, this is sounding your truth. So it's all about the sounding the truth. And this is that 31. So I'm going to ask you, what is your suppression? What is being suppressed? What is your suppression? What is your depression? What is your oppression? Okay? So in our Spiralite practice and how we help our clients, we're now going in deeper and finding out what is the signature suppression that keeps everything locked in that holding pattern. So there's certain holding patterns that we get cycled into, and we're having problems trying to get out of that, okay? And you can't get out. Hi, darling. Hi, darling. You can't get out of some of those patterns sometimes because there's a certain suppression code that's on top of it. And if it's not a suppression code, which more than likely it is, then it turns into a depression code or an oppression code. And a lot of things have been done to all of us in suppression. Suppress who you are. When I say that to you, what does that make you feel like? If I came in, matter of fact, let's talk about this. This is really important because of what's getting ready. Because of what's getting ready to come in for tomorrow and Saturday with this moon. Okay, a lot of people have their flip on how they're going to use this moon, but if you really look at this moon is powerful. This is that darkness. Where are you going to go into that darkness? Hence the word why I was inside the Black Pyramid. Okay? Because a Black Pyramid is what? It's darkness. It's matter of darkness. It's 0 point. It's the void. So when we talk about suppression, what has been suppressed? In the movie Get Out. This is why when you watch movies with the intent that you're going in to break the code, to figure out what they're really saying to you in the movie. What's the message? Get the message. Forget all the special effects. Forget all that stuff. Yes. Exactly. Shay, you got it. Yes. So, in the movie Get Out, that scene where the hypnotherapist is crazy woman is sitting in her chair. She's got that teacup. And she's stirring it. And he's sitting across from her. And she's stirring it, and she's tapping into him. All right? She's using the teacup as a signal. She's got him already hearing the sound, seeing the teacup. She's using the spinning, how she's stirring, besides the little magical black and white wheel that you will look at and go into. She's using a teacup. Okay? I have hypnotherapy. I'm certified. I know exactly what she's doing. Okay? So she's doing it. All right? Back in my younger days, when I kept thinking I had to have all these papers in order to do what I'm doing right now with you. Anyway, she's stirring it. And then all of a sudden, she says a word and she taps 3 times. And as soon as she taps 3 times, she brings down his subconscious of himself and suppresses it. She suppresses his awareness of himself so much till he falls into a sunken place. When she says, find that sunken place and go there. Bam! He's suppressed. Okay, he is suppressed. And when he's suppressed, he can't see or do anything. He's like, I feel like, where am I? Lovelies, if I was to tell you that all of us have been suppressed for 6,000 years, would it now make sense to you why the year doesn't make sense? Why things are happening in this world that keep repeating itself? Nothing makes sense. Like you've been here before. Like you've done this shit before. Come on now. This is not our first time in a rodeo. Let's get it together. So your suppression, that's the number one thing to get rid of. Because they use that as a way of control to suppress you. Suppress. To suppress. We can look at that as the same way if you go through something traumatic and then you see your doctor gives you something, a pill that helps you to suppress the emotions. It's like having your finger on pause. You're just going to stop it right there. But as soon as you hit that button again, it's going to go forward. A lot of us have to be able to press the button so we can go forward. But you can't go forward until you know what has been suppressed. And there are so many people out there who are walking with a wound of suppression that makes them go into depression. The two walk hand in hand. Because when you're suppressed, it's something that comes out of the outside of you and pushes it down so you will not feel or connect with it. Suppress your connection with Creator, the true one. Suppress your connection to yourself. Suppress your connection with your true magic of yourself. Make you afraid of yourself. Make you afraid of that word magic. Hell, let's take it one step further. Make you afraid of the word witch and witchcraft. Make you afraid of that. When you hear those words, I'm going to go to... Really? Witch stands for a woman in control of herself. Wise woman. So when we talk about that energy of being suppressed, where are you being suppressed? What is suppressing you? Who suppressed you? Who suppressed you? So this is a really good thing because we're talking about today the spirit, the portal activation of the spirit, the activation of the power of spirit. And if your spirit is trying to get your attention and tell you what is suppressing you, you have to look at that. Because by the time you really figure out what the hell's going on with you, it's in your physical body. Your physical body is already saying, I can't take it anymore. Let me just have, I don't know, a heart attack, a stroke, a nervous breakdown, or being pledged with depression that's going to oppress you to not want to stay on the planet much longer. Because you have to be able to find out what the root suppression is. And all of us. I don't care who the hell you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how you're living. Because take the money away, take all your stuff away. Who the hell are you? Who are you? Because you sure to hell can't take that stuff with you over to the other side. I know. I've seen too many loved ones that I cared about who dropped their robe, went over to the other side. Their stuff was left behind. And the family had to clean that up. Hold on, they're getting ready to. Yeah. Okay. So sorry that happened to you. A tree split 2 days ago, just split, just like pshoo, and it's blocking part of the pathway people have to walk through. So they just finally got a crew out there to remove that part of the tree that split. So sending some healing to that tree because it lost part of itself. It released part of itself. Straight up towers. All right. And as it's cutting, I'm like, oh, I'm standing right next to where it is over there. So that might be codes. All right. So I want you to sit and think about that, because when we go into our journey tomorrow, I'm going to want you to ask, what's suppressing you? But you have to be willing enough to see it. And you have to be willing enough not to talk yourself out of what you think it is, or what people told you what your problem is in life. You are your medicine. You have the answers. Sometimes we can just help you, guide you, but you have to be willing to go in there and do it. And when you do find it, you cannot be in this place of, I don't want to look. I don't want to know. Okay, fine, don't know. But if you're looping and you're seriously having a problem where you can't get forward over a certain hump, you need to look at that. And here's the thing. Your suppression energy, it could be related to a person, place, thing, or situation. Who did you get involved with that just like suppressed you? Told you couldn't go out. Oh, don't wear that. Or, oh, wow, oh, what are you doing? What do you mean you're becoming that? I didn't marry this type of person. I married this. What are you talking about? You don't want to do your job anymore. People who live through you. They don't have an identity of their own self, but they identify with what you are, and they see it. And a lot of times, those of us that are really shining bright out here, there's people that come into your life and they want to suppress it. They want to suppress that light. They want to challenge you. They want to come up against you and say, oh, well, that's not what I think. That's not what I... They want to have you second guessing yourself when you were doing just fine before certain people came into your life that started doing that with you. Have you ever met people like that? All of a sudden they start arguing with you on little basic things. And you just have to look at that person and say, okay, what's the game here? Why are you trying to suppress what I'm saying? Yeah. So we are going to be going in tomorrow. And I'm really excited to have seen it last night, simply just by tapping in. Because I told myself I had the codes to go in there. I gave myself permission to enter it. And it's beautiful. I've never seen anything like that. I was like, holy crap, this is gorgeous in here. And I was just like, but I could hear this hum. Just like, I was like, whoa. And it was like a currency. And with it being like a liquid water feeling as I was walking, and I could see like the blackness moving like waves every time I took a step, but I could feel the solidness underneath my feet. I was like, damn, this is really cool. And then it was like, shoo! I was like, yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Better than melatonin. Here we go. Better than valerian. Yes! All right, lovelies. Let's dive into our code. So tonight, your homework assignment is to research what the black moon is about. Take some information, fill into the information. Everyone has a different perspective on it. Okay. But how does that resonate with you? Because it's coming in. And it's in our darkness, in the shadows, where we do our best battles, where you have to be willing to really shed. You got to be able to go there. If you can't go there, how are you going to go forward into the higher aspects of yourself if you can't meet yourself in your own darkness? Yeah, got you thinking, don't I? Yeah. Whoop, whoop, yeah. There you go. Okay, let's bring in the cards. Oh, the first card from our Shamanic Star Wisdom Oracle. I like this. This is a cool one. Okay, so it's Palladians. Look what he's doing. He's got the Andromedan star system right there in his hand. And look, it has a dome over it. Where have we heard that before? Got a dome over it. Yeah, okay. The crystals bring us number 49, creation. Ammonite. I love ammonite. Ammonite's beautiful. That is such an ancient stone to work with. Ammonite and orthoceras are two of the most ancient water-like creature stones to work with. Fossils. They are fossils. Millions and millions and millions of years old. Especially orthoceras. Orthoceras goes really deep, just like an ammonite will go really deep, in those deep emotional places. So those of you that don't know, if you've been on my channel for quite some time, been following me, you know what an orthoceras is. Don't act like you don't know what that is. Orthoceras. This is so ancient in itself. Just by holding it and working with it helps you to go into those deep emotional places and untether stuff that's there. Get rid of it. These are deep, deep, deep down in the ocean, petrified when they finally find them in all the mud and stuff where they were all swimming in the school before they got frozen in time. Okay? So when you get one of these, they come in many different, the way the species, this is like a shrimp. It's an ancient shrimp. Okay? But because it's in, look at it, it's in the darkness. It's in the dark. It's in the deepest part of the oceans. So that means when you work with this, it's going to be that deep part. Now, ammonite, when it's in its other form, said that's a perfect stone that we got today. Hold on. I always will come and bring you things, and I will not disappoint you. There's your ammonite. Okay? Same thing. Same thing. Okay? When they finally pull it all out of the mud itself and they carve around it, yeah, you get the whole shell part of it. But this is a flat part of it in this mud. Okay? So this, same thing. It'll go into those deep places and work on you. Now, if you were a client getting a massage from me, you would get gua sha, or I would use this as a gua sha tool on you. Because my whole thing is, let's get rid of the crap that's blocking you so you can start living a bountiful life. Okay? That's that creational energy. Now, in the Palladians, when we look at our beautiful Beyond Lemurian, shine your light, 44. See? Shine your light. Shine your light. Be that of your light. And then the light codes that blend with that are going to be the rhythmic cycles. Tune into with your body, the earth, the moon, the sun. Be in tune. Be in tune. Body, earth contact. Physically connect with nature. Feet on the earth. Put your feet on the earth. Put your feet on the earth. The animals today are going to be, wisdom is the owl. I think Marty got this the other day. She got an owl the other day in one of her card reads. This is the owl, divine oracle of the animals. What's the wisdom that's coming forward? Okay, so now we're going to find out what you seek. Leap of fortune, the frog. I love the frogs. The frogs are all about cleansing. When you hear the frogs, they're all about cleansing. I don't know what it is about frogs. I think they're so adorable. They just be out there, and it cracked me up because they'll be making all their croaking sound, and you'd be like, oh, listen to it. And then when you're looking for them, all of a sudden they get quiet. They go, mm. And they'll be looking right at you. You be looking, trying to find them. They just be sitting right there, camouflaging themselves. And in Puerto Rico, I love the frogs there, the coquettes. They be making their sounds, and they're so cool. Change is unavoidable. Ooh. Now, how weird is this? They're cutting down that part of the tree that just fell. And here I got the green map. That is crazy. There he is. Change is unavoidable. Look at that. That's crazy. So those cards that I just showed you come from here. The Seeker Oracle. Love this set. I don't like the one that she recently just put out. It looks a little, I don't know, a little heavy. And then this is before she put that set out. Okay. She's the one that did the other one called the Gaia Mother ones. But I like using these two together because what are you seeking and what's the message of the seeker? Now we're going to end today with the plant medicine and what plant comes forward. So I've been working with hibiscus, ashwagandha, chickweed, bladderwrack, holy basil. That's about it. Okay, what plant medicine? Because you are your medicine. One's still left over. And this is called the Herbology. Herbology. And she offered a class. Also, she was teaching on a platform. I took her class. Her class was amazing. So amazing. All right. Oh, can't make this up. Hibiscus. Joy. Hibiscus is the one that shows up. So this medicine is number 14. How weird. Pull that. Okay, so hibiscus is all about nectar, grace, beauty, divine, feminine, nurturing, creativity, and abundance. It works with Venus and Pluto. It's a plant from Egypt and in Mexico and Central America. It's called Jamaica. So it also works with express your creativity to keep you attracting this colorful energy back to you, like the hummingbird. That's why they have the hummingbird in that. Hibiscus is really, really good for the body. It's soothing, it's cooling when you drink it. Putting lemon and honey in it. I like to make it with some honey in it. But it really helps. It's kind of a Venus herb, and it really helps support your kidneys, thyroid, parathyroid. It dissolves blockages in your energy centers, and it works with supporting, I said kidneys, right? And working with your blood. So that's a beautiful, ancient, beautiful flower. Now, keep in mind, in Egypt, back in the day, when they would get this flower after they would extract for the tea and have it, because it was such a flower that was deep in its redness and released its redness, they would dye a lot of their fabric with this. So it was a dyeable type of flower to use on fabric. Okay. Hi, lovely. So that is the medicine plant of the day. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what time I'm coming on because it depends on spirit, on how we're doing it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it would be tomorrow doing reverse. If I don't come on in the daytime, coming on close enough to the evening time when it goes dark, when it starts going dark. Because I keep seeing darkness. So if I come on in the evening time and it's closer more to where it's getting dark, that is a good connection to going into the Black Pyramid. Okay. So just think, what would you want the Black Pyramid to reveal to you? Because it's going to be your coded energy that takes you into that. And let me tell you, I just saw it and I was like, oh, wow, yeah, there's Black Pyramids all over the place. They got it, it's all over. But they just hide them. They hide them from us. I'm not supposed to know that that's what it is. Because if you were to tap into it, boy, it could bring back a lot of memories. Couldn't it? Hey, are you ever up in the early AMs when it's still dark? Well, I know. No, not really. Sometimes I get up, depending if Spirit wants me to take a look outside, and I'll see some of the most beautiful things outside my window, with the stars, certain planets that are there aligning, so I can see that. But usually, if I'm deep in medicine, I'll sleep through. And since I got the download about that salt bowl, how to make it, and have been using it, sleep has been really nice. I'm not kidding. It's been really, really good. So that's why I reiterated yesterday. If you haven't made that bowl yet, what are you waiting for? Make that bowl and put it underneath your bed so you get some good restful sleep. So you can be rejuvenating yourself and energetically. Black obsidian. I'm waiting for my silver obsidian ball that should be here in a couple hours. Um, Working with a black silver obsidian is another good way to work with your body and shielding and helping you to kind of purge certain energies that are, kind of bothering your body and messing with you. That's another good one. Um, Smoky quartz. The things I talked about with the smoky quartz. Those are really good. What we're getting ready to enter into is really going to be a profound, deep connection to your higher self and to that shadow self. That part of you that you don't want nobody else knowing about. You don't want nobody knowing about your wounds, what's been going on with you, how your mind really thinks, how you really, really feel. You don't want people knowing how you really, really feel. What's the shadow? What's that deep suppressed depression, oppressed part of you? Like I said, we have all been suppressed. Because as soon as you enter this realm, you come in, the first thing they do, they want some blood off your heel, they smack you on your butt, give you trauma right there, yank you straight from your mom, and then they put you underneath the bright lights on the so-called little thing so they can weigh you. You've been weighed and you have been measured. Where have we heard that before? That's the first thing they do to you when you come out of the womb. And then this is where the suppression starts. They want to know what your name is. It is not for them to know what your name is. Most parents are so quick to utter their child's name. No, shut up about it. And don't have to give them anything. They'll keep pressing for that. What's your child's name? Why? So you can put them into the system and you can make money off of them? Why? How much is their birth certificate going to cost? How much is their trust that you're trading on going to cost? Yeah, all this shit is out now. So this is that suppression. What's going to come and show up for you in the darkness? Do you realize when you go through the dark night of the soul, that's that separated part of you that was hurt so traumatically, that shut down to the point to where you could not function? Forget about trying to work. You can't even function. You're emotionally robbed and drained, and you are being suppressed into the dark night of the soul of the self. Trying to come out of that, of whatever that trauma was that hit you, that literally stole your essence. Stir, 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 tap, tap, tap. There you go, sunken place. So, tonight your homework assignment is to kind of do some research and find out what is the black moon. And don't listen to anyone that comes along and tries to say, oh, it's just the same as a new moon. No, it's not. It's an entirely different one, because it depends on how many of the new moons that you get in a row that conducts this one to be the dark moon. Okay? Kind of like the blue moon effect, when you have new moon and then you got a full moon, then you got another new moon right after, because they're so close. It's kind of like that effect. But this one has a little bit of a punch to it because of the alignments that's going on with it. Take yourself to that zero place. Go to that zero place, that nothingness. Stand there in all of yourself. Who the hell are you? Because once you're stripped down, you don't have anything. Who and what are you? What is residing in you? That's what they don't want you to tap into, lovelies. Because if you did, this fucking shenanigan would have been over with a long time ago. And you know it. So anyway, on that note, lovelies, I try. I really do try. I do. I really try hard for all of you to behave myself. But I just can't do it. Must be all that dragon energy in me. Yeah, that's it. All right, lovely. So I will let you know what time House Spirit wants me to show up. If it's going to be as close as we can get to an evening gathering. But don't forget, you can go to Marty's page, get the medicine started for yourself. Don't forget that. And then don't forget about your sound bath. And I think the sound bath after doing the pyramid would be so pretty too. Just think of it this way. If you want to do your sound bath before and then do it again after, and then have that cushion in between, that's beautiful. But I am looking forward to going into the pyramid, the Black Pyramid, because I have no idea what the dialogue is going to be. I have no idea. We're going to do this. I have no idea what the dialogue is going to be. None. Trust me, none. I just know what I experienced for myself last night, but I have no clue what the dialogue is going to be. Are you ready? I hope you are. All right, lovelies. I'll see you tomorrow. Head on over to the next portal for Marty for her teaching, and then head on over to get some good sound bath loving from Donna on Instagram. All right, we're 5 days in. Are you in it to win it? Sure you are.